with me. That's what I said, keep on telling you that right smack dab in the middle of town I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. If this whole world starts a getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. So I invite you now just to take a moment to get comfortable, whatever's right for you. And if possible, let your feet be firmly settled on the floor. Take a moment to turn your attention to your breath. Just feel the gentle flow of breathing in and out, whatever pattern is right for you. Notice any tension anywhere in your body. Just send a loving message to that area, surrounding it in light. Knowing that this is a safe and sacred space, allow yourself to relax as I share these words from the song that Carl has so beautifully sung. I invite you to let my words be your words. When this whole world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I'll climb way up to the top of the stairs, and all my cares just drift right into space. I climb to a higher state of consciousness where I gain a new perspective. Up on the roof, it's peaceful as can be. And there the world below doesn't bother me. I know peace. When I'm feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I breathe. I get far away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof, as I rise in consciousness, I just have to wish peace, and it is so. Right smack dab in the middle of town, I find a paradise that's trouble-proof. And if this world starts getting me down, everything is all right up on the roof. Whenever I choose, I can put down what I'm doing and climb the stairs to the awareness of peace and love. And so it is. And when you're ready, I invite you to return your attention once more to this time and space, knowing that you can go up on the roof whenever you choose.
That right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. starts a getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof.
And I have to say, I like to brag about this. One of the reasons that Carl has this song in his repertoire is because a long time ago at Unity of White Rock, we were doing the duo talk music thing. And I said, have you ever done this song? I know you're a big James Taylor fan. Nope. And now, anytime I have a chance to get him to play it, I do. So... Wow, and you do it justice. Move over, James. There's a new guy in town. Okay, so love. Yeah, here we are. Getting ready for Valentine's Day. That's why I chose this topic. Friday's the big day. And for many of us, we get inundated. I just was walking around the store yesterday and red heart stuff, pink heart everywhere. Chocolates, decorations. So it really has become a day of consumerism and commercialism. And yet, despite the chocolates and the romantic dinners and the flowers, ultimately it is an opportunity for us to really focus and choose. This is about love today. And people can genuinely show their affection for one another. And we know there are lots of songs about love. We're hearing some today, and we've heard a lot more here at Unity. And when we talk about love, we hear it used in a lot of ways. We can say we love a person. I just told some people today that I love them because that's how I feel. And whether it's a pet, a place, chocolate, a car, or watching a sunset, we can say love in any of those ways. And it can be one of the most misused words in our language, because we can apply it to just about anything. And it can also be one of the misused energies in our world. So the title here, I wanted to get the idea that love is both and. It's, all the stuff that goes along with Valentine's Day type things. So, and people often sign texts now L-U-V instead of L-O-V-E. And yet in Unity, we know that love represents oneness. It's an expression of oneness. And Valentine, that's the big day coming up. And we show people we love them by sending them cards. And eternal. Love is eternal. So we've got both of these going on. What is it really, though? Well, today I'm going to give you Unity's take on love. And I'm sharing a number of resources, a lot of which are from Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, and a number of other Unity scholars that have contributed so much to our understanding of the divinity of love. And we're going to do things a little bit differently. At the end of our talk, I'm going to be doing another meditation. And it's one that is found in the book Divine Audacity by Reverend Linda Martella-Whitsitt. Some of you may be familiar with her and that book. And it's her take on love. And I think it's really appropriate that we're talking about Unity's teaching today. So we're going to have two for the price of one today. But first, it's joke time. Yep, wouldn't be me without a joke. Michael J. from West Simsbury, Connecticut wrote this joke. A woman woke up in the morning On the morning of Valentine's Day, she told her husband, "I just dreamed you gave me a gorgeous and expensive diamond necklace for Valentine's Day. What do you think it means?" "You'll know tonight," he says. That evening, her husband comes home from work with a small package to give to her. Thrilled, she opens it and finds a book entitled The Meaning of Dreams. Yeah. And this little cartoon here, never sure if people can see it at the back. So if you're cat people, you'll really get this. So the first cat says, "So, you like your gift?" And the other cat, the white cat, says, "I love it." So again, and if you notice, chocolates are all over the place. What is it that she loves? The box, yep. And then this one. "I love you because you are almost exactly like me and I'm the best." You may have run into some people who, could think that. So we also heard in our opening prayer today about love being an attractive, unifying force. Reverend Rona repeats that every week. So there is another joke, and it is, what did one magnet say to the other magnet on Valentine's Day? "I find you very attractive." Yep. So let's look at this definition that Charles Fillmore has of love. Ties in with that last joke. He says, "The pure essence of being that binds together the whole human family. In divine mind," also known as God, "love is the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it, the great harmonizing principle known to man." That's what's underlying everything. In the outer world, think gravity holding us from flying off into space. Think of the universe and the dance of the planets and the galaxies, all of that being held together. There's an underlying invisible energy, and that is divine love. Just as we have physical laws like gravity, we have spiritual laws. And the law of love is what's keeping things together. And here's another bit from Charles Fillmore. So what is love? It's attracting, harmonizing, unifying, equalizing, binding, and he even says cementing. Ooh, yeah. Idea or quality in divine mind. So when we talk about unity, that's another word for love. And the next quote I have here, love is a divine attribute. It's an idea in the one mind, an idea. And we're going to be getting into some metaphysical stuff. It's an idea in the one mind. God is love. Love is God. Yep. Or a quality of being. And here's the good thing. Unity teaches that we are an individualized expression of the one mind, the one power, and one presence. And some people call that God. And as an individualized expression of God, we're created in the image and likeness of God. And we have within us, in our being and as our being, all those same qualities that God has as spiritual beings. So all the qualities of being that God is, all the divine principles that God is, all the divine ideas that God is. So if God is love, so are we. We not only have these divine attributes, we are the divine attributes in our spiritual essence, also known as the Christ. And something that comes up a lot in my talks are these 12 powers, the innate abilities or faculties. Ronnie knows what I'm talking about. And the power of love, divine love, is one of those innate faculties. So we have the ability to love. That is our divine nature. And it's represented by the Apostle John. and the color associated with it is pink. And the area of the body, no surprise, the heart area, and in this case, Charles Fillmore says the back of the heart. So think heart area. And Jesus gave us a commandment about love. Now, think back to the Old Testament, for those of you who know a little bit about the Bible. We had the 10 Commandments. Those were the list of the thou shalt not. Well, Jesus comes along, and Jesus is the representation of love. And he's giving us the do's. And he didn't need 10, he said 2. So he calls it the greatest commandment, the great commandment. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. So in this commandment, these two, we are called upon to express this divine love that we are, that is our inner nature. Now, we are not talking about loving the big guy in the sky. I think we're all good on that now. We're all clear that there is no entity separate from us that we're asked or commanded to love. When we talk about the Lord your God, I'm inviting you to consider that that's your indwelling Christ presence, that divine nature within you, the God as you. We call it higher self sometimes. Unity also calls it the I am. And it's the Spirit of God in each one of us, our own divinity. So, love the Lord your God, then, is to be aware of this indwelling presence, to be unified, harmonized, and consciously one with it. And through knowing our divine identity as universal spirit, another way to refer to it, we know that we're never separated from Source, the connection of love. Oneness, never separated from Source. And each one of us, this is the first time I heard this, is not an individualized expression only. We are an expressor of that love, if we choose. So this first commandment, the great commandment, is about loving, recognition of our own divinity, loving ourselves as love. And the second part, the loving your neighbor as yourself, well, when I was growing up learning about this great commandment, I thought it was you had to love somebody else as much as yourself. And I found out that was hard for me to do, because sometimes I didn't like people, and I didn't love them very much. So I was falling short. Then I found unity, and it said, oh, wait a minute, no. When we love our neighbor as ourselves, we are recognizing that they, in their spiritual essence, is the same as I am in my spiritual essence. And if there is only one, then we're just the same energy expressing in different ways. And there is no difference, no separation. Now, unfortunately, when we look around in the world and see what's going on, whether it's people in our lives, whether it's world situations, it's hard to grasp that this could be true. So what we're being invited to do here, commanded to do, if you will, to look beyond the illusion of separation, the illusion of the differences, so that we can see beyond and see the divine essence in everyone. See that we're all one, and that oneness is love. And I, for one, will tell you, I find this truth hard to accept sometimes. Because the behaviors and actions of people in my life and in the world seem to be totally the opposite of love. And truth be told, sometimes I find myself getting a little annoyed. I'll use that word for lack of a better word. I get a little annoyed by the way things are going. So now we come to the point where, okay, I know the truth. What am I going to do about it? So, if God is love, and we're made in the image of love, likeness of love, then this must be the truth. So how come the world is the way it is? How come I find myself falling short in expressing this love? And for me, the answer is simple. We're fully divine, and we're fully human. And sometimes our humanness is not able to fully, first of all, even understand and claim the truth that we're love, and definitely sometimes not able to express it. And I'm trying to get to the next slide, but it doesn't want to go. Would you mind helping me there, Glenn? So I look at it this way. There is this divine love, radiating, eternal, infinite. And it's trying to come through each one of us in all these different ways. And the difference between divine love and human love is that divine love is broad and unlimited, a universal harmonizing power, whereas human love, and again, these are some of my Unity resources, it's based on personality or ego and can be selfish, lawless, and the word fickle. And I kind of went, yeah, okay. And Charles goes on to say, a human's lack of understanding of the true nature of the love idea often causes one to base their love on how they think and feel, which can change from day to day, so I guess that means fickle. Love, and this is where, we get a little bit deeper. Love then takes on the form of a person's mental concepts and beliefs. Our mental, how we're thinking about things, and how we're believing, what we're believing. The pure idea of love is not changed. It's still radiating. The form of expressing love comes forth according to the mental pattern which we have formed through these thoughts and beliefs. That's the filter that this divine love is coming through. And last week I talked a little bit about subconscious mind, and I mentioned that as humans we sometimes take on beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world that may not be ours. They come from other people, other institutions, messages from the world. And not only, they might not be ours, but they might not be true. And if we're basing our thinking and feeling on these beliefs, what Charles calls erroneous beliefs, then we might find we're not getting the results in our lives that we desire. Divine love has been limited in expression by our lack of understanding and misuse of our inherent powers of being. And there's that word power again. The good news is there's a remedy for this. In his book, Jesus Christ Heals, Charles writes, God does not love anybody or anything. And a lot of us might have been taught that God loves us. Here's what Charles says, God is the love in everybody and everything. And when we feel it, when we feel that we're being embraced by the arms of God holding us, we're feeling that divine love interpreted in our human nature. A human becomes loving by permitting that which God is to find expression through us in word and act. And the good news is we get to choose love. So every time we might have those thoughts that are contrary, those actions that are contrary, we can choose again, turning within, centering in the truth. And we're being constantly invited to tune into that. So in that moment, when we turn within, we know the truth that God's source is love, and so are we. We can come to a point of acceptance, and we begin to claim, I am the energy of love. And that's the power. When we can say those words, believe those words, and then act on them. And from this state of awareness, love expands and radiates from us. And as it does, in the process, we become kinder, more compassionate, more generous, less judgmental, more forgiving, and more loving. And did I mention that's not always easy? Yeah. And it's like practice makes progress. There we go. I know, we've been taught practice makes perfect. Well, in the spiritual realm, yes. In the human realm, let's just aim for progress. So today, love is what's bringing us here. We seek connection. We have love within us that resonates with the love within other people. I like coming to Unity because these people, it feels good to be around them. That's part of why we're here. And sometimes we have connections with our children, the love for our children, a partner, family, friends. And love is the force that draws us together and draws to us that which we desire. So in this moment, I'm inviting you to consider if there's anything or in your life that needs more love. Because we have the power to choose to give it. And this includes yourself. And is there anyone or anything in the world that needs more love? The list is getting longer and longer. We get to choose that too. And in that beautiful opening song that Carl sang, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Yeah, that's the only thing there's just too little of. And it sure looks like that in the outer world, doesn't it? So what I'm inviting you to consider is that all the love we ever need, it exists. Universal, eternal love. What is lacking is the ability to express it. So that's our work as spiritual beings. Every time something goes, and I'm trying to use appropriate language, things we don't like, we have an opportunity to go, okay, if I focus on love, maybe we'll get more love. And Charles goes on to write, when divine love fills the consciousness, there is no place for warring or contentious thoughts, no place for greed, envy, hate, jealousy, for love lifts all things into one harmonious whole. And wouldn't we all like that? And when we begin to experience true love, divine love, and we feel its healing currents flowing all through the body, and then out into our world of affairs, we are changing not only ourselves, we're changing the world. The promise that Unity gives you is that divine love will bring your own to you, adjust all misunderstandings, and make your life and affairs healthy, happy, harmonious, and free. Now, how's that for a guarantee? And is it going to happen overnight? Maybe. Maybe it takes time. Is it going to happen in this lifetime the way we desire it? Maybe not. Is this a case of let's go on the spiritual path and beyond the spiritual path and do the best we can? Is there anything else that we can ask for to just do the best we can? And some of you may have heard a story that I read in my grade 4 or 5 reader, and it's about the battle between the wind and the sun. I mean, anybody heard that story before? Yeah, some people. And according to legend, the wind and the sun conducted a contest to see which one was stronger, which one could make a traveler along a dirt road remove his coat first. The wind blew with all its strength and might, But instead of removing his coat, the traveler clutched it tighter to him. Then the sun went to work, and simply by shining, he got warmer, and he removed his coat very quickly. So it is with love. Many times, threats and warnings will make a person clutch tighter. Even ostracism and criticism may bring forth a reaction of real resistance to anything in the outer, any change. So love goes out the window. But love, just simply by being there, by us focusing on it, by loving, by desiring and expressing good, dissolves the wrong in such a way that the habit, that the condition in the outer is overcome. And what threats and cautions, thinking of our greater world right now, failed to accomplish, love can do. Love, like the sun, shines upon all in its path, even if we think they don't deserve it. That's me. My work. So for those of us on a spiritual path, our work is to hold the truth of love and oneness while listening to our inner wisdom guiding us how to respond in the outer. And when we do this, we have to remember we're honoring ourselves, self-love, honoring boundaries. That might seem like we're separating ourselves from people. What we're doing is we are taking care of ourselves, and we are honoring the love within us and love for ourselves. And in doing so, we are setting that example and radiating that light and love as well. And as we consciously claim our oneness with and as divine love by speaking word, so affirming, establishing in consciousness through meditation, prayer, and the silence, we will find the world and us change. So as we pray, connecting with the one power and presence, that's what we come here to do. As we repeat affirmations of truth, as we direct our attention inward and still our busy minds in meditation, that's what we do here, and we invest time in the silence, we open to experience oneness and love. We come to understand and know I am loved. I am loving. I am love. And I have this affirmation to help us keep us centered. I'd like to leave something so that before we do our love meditation, just one statement of truth can keep us on the path when so many things want to pull us off. God is love. I am the living expression of the love of God. The infinite love of God is now made manifest in and through me. If we want to bring that about, if we don't think we're doing it enough, try repeating this. So now I'm just going to invite you to get ready for another meditation. And then when I'm done, we'll hear again from Carl. So again, whatever makes you feel comfortable, this is for you. And again, if we want to gently close our eyes or whatever, lower them if that works for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Do a little shift because we've been sitting for a while. I invite you now to let my words be your words. I focus my attention on the energy center of love within my body, in and around the heart. To attune to this radiating center of love, If I am so moved, I place my hands over my heart while envisioning a soft pink glow emanating from my heart. Divine love is my name and nature. I gratefully acknowledge that the well of love can never run dry, for the source of love is eternal. Under the influence of love, I awaken to more love than I have ever known. I call forth the magnetizing power of love. My thoughts are magnetic. Whatever dreams I am holding, I send through the pink light of love. I center myself in realization that the dreams I have planted and I am devoted to must bear fruit by the magnetizing power of love. I call forth from within me the harmonizing power of love. Love harmonizes my thoughts, words, and actions so that I see things rightly and bring good about. I see myself, others, and the world, and all conditions through the lens of the harmonizing power of love. I call forth from within me the unifying power of love. I am divine love, unifying my thoughts, words, and actions until I know only oneness. I take a moment now in the silence as I affirm I am divine love, unifying my thoughts, words, and actions until I know only oneness. I am divine love. I know only oneness. I see myself in others, others in myself, and God in us all. For I am one. I send out from within me the pink light of love, blessing me and all people and all life. I am the power of love, loving. And so it is. Amen.
You know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool. But one thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. If you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. Think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. If you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if we only will. Things are gonna be much better if we only will. Thank you.
Chris is going to handle the next round.
Is it on? Yep. Wow, it's a hard act to follow. Yeah. Oh, wow. So wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Please join us on Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation from 10:30 to 11:15. We check in with each other. We enjoy a guided meditation, and we uplift and acknowledge each person as we read the names of the people on our prayer list. All right. This is a bit, yeah, sorry. I'm working off 2 papers now. There we go. Okay, for those of you who have joined the book club, this is a reminder that we're meeting, we're not meeting today, this is the old one, but I've got to tell you, we're meeting the first Monday of every month. First Monday of every month. This time, let's see, sorry, everything's all... Oh, well. Yeah, right. Here we are. We're sort of doing a little bit of everything. This January's book is called Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows. Yikes. That sounds good. This title is on the New West Library's recommended list for book clubs. Lindsay Munson will be leading the discussion, and as I said, it will take place after coffee time, first Monday of the month, 12:45. And the youth group, Unity of New Westminster, is fully supported, and we are grateful for your gifts, which support our being here. Oh, no. Goodness, I have to go to another page. Sorry. Oh, well, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's kind of, at least it's not boring. All right, the Wednesday evening youth group. Thank you. I love everybody, too. Our Wednesday evening youth group meets here between 7 and 9 p.m. There are snacks, games, music, and more snacks, I hear. And we explore life's meaningful topics and everyday challenges through open conversations. Connect with other youth in a welcoming community atmosphere. Meet new friends in a fun and supportive environment. All youth aged 13 plus are welcome. And Ronnie too. He can come. And all beliefs are welcome. Okay, back to this one. All right. Okay, now I can say Unity of New Westminster is fully supported, and we are grateful for your gifts which support our being here. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments, which are especially helpful for our budgeting. If you're not placing anything in the contribution basket today, please bless it silently when it comes to you, and then pass a basket along. For our online visitors, you'll find a donation link in the description of the recording. And please like and subscribe to our channel so we can reach more people. Please give freely from a place of abundance and gratitude. Thank you. We are so blessed.
Thank you, Chris. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I guess I can do the gratitude part. There was an update on announcements. Apparently, youth group will not be held this Wednesday. That's the latest info. And just so you know, Chris, thank you. Gratitude for Chris. She stepped in at the last moment for announcements. So, and it's my opportunity to say thank you to everyone who's helped create this service, the people that we see here, and Valerie and Glenn, the people that we don't see, like Cliff and Lyle, and all of those people who help out in the kitchen, like Barb. There are so many people here, the list is too long to enumerate. And I also like to extend a special thank you to our friend, Carl Katz, who...
Thank you.
Oh, talk about the perfect person for today. Thank you. And last but not least, everyone here who's present. Because I know, first of all, that most of you contribute in some way or another on a volunteer basis. And also, just by being here, by the love that you are expressing, you make a difference. So thank you for coming. And you are appreciated.
So I guess it's the point that we do the circle up and let there be peace on earth.
Yeah. So if we can make a big circle around, I think we might be able to do that today.
Just a sec. It's really dry in here. Here we go. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God wherever I am. God is. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God wherever I am. God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God wherever you are. God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God wherever you are. God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God